Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, Miss and everyone. Today I would like to present my presentation from midterm test classroom management. This is for part 1, analyzing classroom organization. But before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Zainida Fikrias Niar with name 33210046. Without wasting much time, let's get started the presentation now. Part 1. Analyzing classroom organization. Definition: classroom organization refers to the systematic arrangement and management of physical, instructional, and logistical elements within a classroom environment to optimize learning outcomes. It encompasses various aspects such as the layout of furniture, allocation of resources, establishment of routines and procedures, implementation of effective time management strategies, and maintenance of order and discipline. Examining classroom organization helps teachers identify ways to prevent pupil misbehavior and improve encouragement and momentum. Encouragement involves believing in the pupil's potentials, while momentum is the driving force that keeps learners moving forward. Three aspects of teaching to consider are the milieu, methods, and material. Aspect of teaching. The milieu refers to the classroom environment and the relationship formed within it. Teachers with high expectation tend to treat pupils differently than those with low expectation. Overreactive teachers underestimate less able children and focus more on high achievers, while reactive teachers passively accept low achievement and neglect less able pupils. Proactive teachers take initiative to overcome learning problems and engage all students in balanced participation. Importance of classroom organization. First, enhance learning environment. Well-organized classrooms create a conducive environment for learning and collaboration among students. Second, improve focus. Clear organization reduces distraction and helps students stay focused on the task at hand. And last, promotes efficiency. Efficiently organized classrooms enable smooth transition between activities and maximizing instructional time. Benefits of classroom organization. First, enhance student engagement. Organized classroom provides students with clear expectations and structured routines, which can increase their engagement with learning activities. Second, improve classroom management. Clear organization system for materials and supplies make it easier for students to access resources independently, reducing teacher intervention and potential disruption. Third, efficient time management. Establishing clear routines for tasks like material distribution, transitioning between activities, and managing student behavior enhance classroom efficiency by reducing time wastage. Fourth, reduce stress and teacher burnout. Effective classroom organization system reduce stress and teacher burnout by managing the learning environment efficiently, enabling teachers to focus on teaching. Rules and routines. According to Garrett, 2014, the teacher established class rules and routines such as return of papers and attendance, so that lesson runs smoothly and with as few distraction and waste time as possible. In addition to rules, routine is very important for the whole lesson. They show students how to complete common tasks efficiently and systematically. Without a routine, tasks that should be completed almost seamlessly throughout the day take up more time, reducing the time available for classroom. The teacher established class rules and routines such as returning papers and tracking attendance so that lesson runs smoothly, with a little explanation as possible and as much time as possible. So this is the last conclusion. In conclusion, analyzing classroom organization helps teacher prevent misbehavior, enhance encouragement and momentum, and consider aspects such as the milieu, methods, and material. Creating a positive classroom environment using flexible teaching methods and providing appropriate materials are key to effective teaching and student achievement. Part 2. Solving the problem. Problem 1. Mr. Eliezer repeatedly had problems when leading a class discussion with his junior high school students. No matter how involved in the topic the students were, there were usually several students sitting in the back who would talk, shout out silly answers, and play with objects they had brought from home. And this is the solving. Mr. Alezer could explore and address this issue. First, Mr. Alezer should set clear expectations and rules at the start of each class, covering behavior, listening, and participation guidelines to guide student conduct. Second, engaging in relevant discussion topics can boost student participation. Align topics with students' interests, experiences, and or current events to enhance engagement. And third, for students consistently disrupting, Mr. Alizer can have private conversation to understand reasons and to find solution together. And last, maybe Mr. Alizer can provide positive reinforcement by praising students for active participation and rule adherence to encourage desired behavior. Problem number 2. Stefano was one of the most provocative and disruptive students Miss Gendra had ever taught. Throughout class, he continuously talked to girls and teased students sitting near him. He made inappropriate and sarcastic remarks in response to almost anything Miss Gendra said. When confronted by her, Stefano grinned charmingly and responded with exaggerated courtesy to the delight of the other students. This is the solving. Handling disruption student like Zivano can be challenging, but there are effective strategies that Miss Chandra can employ to manage the situation. First, establish clear classroom rules and expectations on the first day to communicate acceptable behavior and consequences for disruptions. Second, encourage Zivano to set individual goals and rewards for positive behavior, such as earning privileges or recognition for respectful participation. Third, Miss Gianna can strategically position herself near Stefano during class to monitor his behavior closely and intervene promptly if needed. And last, restorative cycles involve open discussion facilitated by Miss Chandra to address disruptive behavior and promote understanding among students. Problem number 3. Miss Yeheskila was concerned about the frequent teaching that had begun in her class. It reached out the point where there was constant bickering among the students. They became so angry, began yelling, shouting, and shoving one another during class. This is solving. Handling student conflicts and managing anger in the classroom is crucial for maintaining a positive learning environment. Ms. Skilla can employ several effective strategies to address the situation. First, intervene promptly to prevent conflict escalation by calmly separating involved students and ensuring their safety. Second, practice active listening by acknowledging each student's perspective, feelings, and concerns without bias. Third, encourage students to ask themselves why they are angry. Identifying the root cause helps them find solution or uncover hidden emotions. And last, self-regulation. These student techniques to manage challenging emotion. This may include walking away, distracting themselves, or seeking help from a trusted friend. And that's all from me. Thank you for joining and listening to my presentation. Sorry if there is still have mistake in this presentation. I hope you can find more knowledge about this material. And the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.